Today we're going to take a look at Project 1.8, Build a Body. So we're going to go ahead and take a look, since this is your first project, on how we are going to go through building both the user interface as well as the coding portion of your app. So as you'll see that we are in the PLTW Gateway Curriculum, Project 1.8, Build a Body, and we're going to take a look at your Resource tab first. Here there are several different resources that you are going to be able to utilize as you go through this app. One of the first things you are going to see is your Build a Body rubric. You will also see an organ system description document. This will help you for one of the additional features that can be added onto your app at a later time. The third file you'll find is your A18 buildabody.aia file. This is what you are going to need in order to upload into MIT App Inventor. You also have a peer feedback form, as well as the app design requirements. We are going to take a look at those requirements, since that is something that is stated on the design brief and must be turned in. You will also have a general help and hints tab to help you along the way. So as we go through your Project 1.8, we are going to be focusing on going through the design process. And we'll be mainly focusing on defining the problem all the way through presenting your final solution. So we're going to hit all of those different topics as we go through building this app. One of the first things we need to understand is what is the problem that we are trying to solve. And that's where the design process really starts. What we're going to look at doing for this is looking at a design brief which states what the problem is and what we are going to do in order to help solve that problem. So as we go down and look at step one, we're going to notice that we have defined the problem, and here is your design brief. For your design brief, we have a client who is a life science teacher, and the target consumer is going to be middle school students. The client has put their problem statement out there that a middle school life science teacher is describing the anatomy of the human body and wants an engaging and interactive way for students to learn where the different body systems and organs are located. Us, as the designer, came up with a design statement that says we are basically going to design, build, and test an app called Build a Body that features a drag and drop activity that will help students practice placing organ body systems in their correct locations on the human body. Now, some of the design requirements that we must focus on as we go through this are included in this design brief. So we do have some basic requirements that must be met. And then one of the first ones is to include the outline of the human body. The good news for that is that it is already included in our starter code, and it's not something we have to really worry a whole lot about since it's already included. We must include a minimum of the following body system. That is your brain, urinary system, digestive system, and respiratory system. Those image sprites are also located in the start code. We will need to allow users to drag the organs with their fingers to the correct locations on the human body. This is something that we're going to look at when we get to the coding portion of this. We will also look at when the user drags the organ body system to the correct location, it should stay in place. If it doesn't go to the correct location, then it should return back to the original start location. So we're going to talk a little bit about variables once we get to those two sections on how we can actually achieve that goal. We will also need to create a score label, which is going to allow us to get a point every time we get one of those organ systems correct. We will include a reset button that will help us along the way to go ahead and reset everything back to the original state. Once we achieve those mandatory requirements, we then have 4 additional features that can be added. Now, our client is only asking for us to add one of them. We will go through and look at how to do all 4 of these, but for this actual assignment, we only need to achieve one of these to meet the requirements set by the client. That first one is we need to decrement the score whenever a user places the organ system in the wrong location. This is one of the easier ones to do since we've already done a score that's going to increment. Being able to decrement the score is not that much different. We then have where we can add a timer. This timer is set to count down from 30 seconds, and it should end when it gets to 0. We will also need to include a solution button that shows the organ body systems in their correct location on the human body. Now, we do not have a solution image, but we can take a screenshot once we get the app up and running and use that image as an additional screen to help us achieve that feature. The last feature that they're asking for is to display a description of the functionality of each organ when the user clicks on it. We can simply use that organ system description sheet for all the information that we are going to need. Our deliverables for this are basically we are going to be turning in the app that is completed and meets all of those specified design requirements. The constraints is that we must use MIT App Inventor. So now that we know what the problem is and what we need to do in order to build this app, we can go ahead and get started. So before we start talking about the user interface and getting that set up, what we're going to look at doing now is basically importing that AIA file into MIT App Inventor. So what we'll need to do is go up to our resource tab, and we are simply going to click on this A18buildabody.aia file. That will download into your download folder, whether it be your downloads if you're on a Windows or into the Files app if you are on a Chromebook. Once that app is in place, we can then go into MIT App Inventor, and from our home screen or dashboard, we're simply going to go to My Projects, and we're going to select import.aia from computer. Once we select that, we need to locate where that file was downloaded to. Once we find that file, we can simply go ahead and click on it, select OK, and that should import your file into MIT App Inventor. Now that we've been able to import our AIA file into MIT App Inventor, we're ready to go ahead and start to set up our user interface. So some of the things you'll notice with our start code is that we have a canvas that has been brought in, and on our canvas we actually have that body outline which we see of the human body system. You'll also know that you have several different image sprites that have also been included, and those consist of all of the organ systems such as the respiratory, digestive, urinary, and brain. We also added in these placements, and this is where each one of those organ systems is going to eventually get located in order to show what the human body actually looks like. So before we get going and adding some of the requirements that were labeled in our design brief, we're going to need to go ahead and set up our screen so that we have as much room as possible. We're going to do that by going to our components window and clicking on screen 1. And from there, we're going to scroll down and uncheck so that our title is no longer visible. And we are also going to check this scrollable window to make sure that we are able to actually scroll up and down as we add components. Now that we have them added, what we're going to go ahead and do is add several key components. Your score label, timer label, a start button, as well as a reset button. We'll talk a little bit about the additional features that can be added at a later time. But for our basic starter code here, we're going to kind of keep to those key features that are needed. So one of the first things I like to do is make sure that there's a little bit of a space down below. So we're going to go ahead and bring in a horizontal arrangement. With that horizontal arrangement, we're going to want to go ahead and make sure that the width is set to fill parent and that we change the height so that it is at 2%. Now that 2% is only going to be used as a spacer, so we're not going to be placing anything in that arrangement. It's just going to give us a little bit of a gap below that outline and our next labels that we're going to be adding. Now since we want to add a score label and a timer label side by side, we're going to need to bring in another horizontal arrangement. When we bring in that horizontal arrangement, we're going to make sure that it gets placed below the first horizontal arrangement we brought in. And for this, we're going to go ahead and make sure that the width is set to fill parent. And we're also going to need to change this align horizontal so it's no longer aligned to the left, but it's aligned in the center. That will center any components that we place in here. The next thing we're going to need to do is bring in two labels, and we can find those labels under your user interface. So we'll bring one label and drop it into that arrangement, and then we'll bring in another label. So in our components window, you'll now see that we have label 1 and label 2. We're going to go ahead and rename label 1 to score label. And then we can go and label label 2 to timer label. This will help when we get to the coding portion to be able to find some of these terms that we're renaming. Now let's go ahead and change some of the properties that we have for both of those labels. Start with our score label, and we're going to go ahead and make that font bold. We'll change the font size to 24. We'll then go ahead down and let's change the color to be blue. You can change this to whatever color you would like, but I'm going to change mine to blue. And we're going to make sure that the text for this says score with a colon and then a space, then the number 0. And now you'll see that we have that label is being represented on our app, and it's changed on our device. And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing for our timer label. We're going to make it bold. The font size will be 24. We can go and change the text. We're going to call this one timer with a colon, space, and then the number 30, because we need to have a 30-second timer. And I'm going to make this color red. Now, one of the things I've noticed with this is when you look at your app, what you're going to actually see is that the score and the timer are really, really close together. So we're going to go ahead and use another arrangement, and we can find that under our layout. And we're going to make sure that we drop that horizontal arrangement right in between our score and timer label. From there, what we're going to need to go ahead and make sure we do is we're going to go ahead and change the height of this to be fill parent. We don't need to worry about any of the alignments because we're not really adding anything in there. But if you notice on the actual device right now, we now have the score and timer are separated. It gives us a nice look, clean look at the bottom of our screen. Now what we'll want to add after this is 2 buttons that are required, and that's our start button and our reset button. But we're also going to add a slot there that we can add the solution button at a later time. Since that's one of the additional or optional activities, we're going to make sure that we have room for that if needed. So we're going to go and grab another arrangement, and we're going to make sure that this gets dropped in right below our score and timer label. And we're going to go ahead and set up our width for this one to be fill parent. And we're also going to want to make sure that we do another center for the alignment in a horizontal manner. Now that we have our arrangement set up, we're going to go and add 2 buttons. Drag one button in and then your second. And just like we did with the labels, we need to go ahead and rename these. So we're going to call button 1 start button. And then we can go ahead and call button 2 our reset button. Once we have them named, we can go back to our start button and we can talk a little bit about the properties for this one. For this one, we're going to go ahead and we're going to change the font size. We're not going to make it much larger, but we're going to bump it up to about 15. We can go ahead and look at changing the width %. And we're going to change that to a percentage of 25. Now once we have that width set to 25, we're going to play around with, let's change the shape of the button as well. I'm going to change that shape. Instead of it being rectangular, we're going to make that rounded. And then we're going to go ahead and change that text so that it says start. Once we change the text, you can go ahead and change the text color if you would like. You can even go ahead and change the background color if you would like to do so as well. I'm going to keep them the way that they are. I don't want too many colors. It can get a little confusing, but you are more than welcome to go ahead and change the background or the text color if you would like to do so. Now that we have the start button set up, we're going to go to our reset button and we're going to do the same thing. Font is going to be 15. Okay, we're going to go ahead down and change the width of this to 25%. We can go ahead and change our shape, make it rounded. And this time, instead of it saying text, we're going to go ahead and say reset. And I'm going to leave everything else as is. Now, as you take a look at this, you're going to notice on the device that those 2 buttons are extremely close together. We want to separate them a little bit. And in doing so, we're also going to create a place for us to add that solution button if we choose to do an optional activity. So I'm going to grab that horizontal arrangement. And I'm going to drop it in right between my start and reset. And by doing that, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and set those properties now so that if we add that button, it makes it easy just to drop it in. I'm going to go ahead and make that arrangement centered. I'm going to go ahead and change the height so that it's fill parent. And I'm going to change the width for this one to be about 40%. What that's going to do is space everything out nicely. If I want to add the solution button, we're going to drop it right in that middle arrangement. And what you will also notice on our device is down below we have some room that when we want to add, or if we want to add those organ descriptions, we can go ahead and do so. So for right now, we have gone ahead and we've met all the requirements as far as our user interface is set up, except for one of those additional features. And we'll address that at a later time.